Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. Where's Quigley? That's not Quigley. That's Toto. There's Quigley. Come on. And here we are again at Pito Beach, one of our usual hangouts. Leave it. Hikoi. So yeah, Quigley is attached to a harness around my waist, and I've handheld on the Toto. Toto gets to come with us for the walk today because, well, I mean, he normally doesn't. Because Quigley and I go on some quite crazy adventures that aren't really suitable for Toto's little legs. But today we're just doing a cruise on the beach. There's no reason why he can't join us, and they've both been out for walks a couple of times already today, but that was while I was away at work, and now it's my turn. And I get to record it today too, which is good. We've already been walking for a little while before we've got started on rolling camera. Let them deal with their private businesses first. Right. Good. I want to go that way if you want to keep going this way.
That's okay, we can go down here. Do you want to go down that way?
Yep, sure.
He was just wondering what the dogs' names are.
Oh, well, his name is Quigley. Ooh. And his name is Toto.
No, you go that way, we'll go this way.
Kia ora. Come on, you two. Quigley and Toto. Meet angry dog. The thing is, sometimes they behave like that, and then you let them get close enough to each other and they calm right down and start being lovely to each other. You know, I'm sure that's not always the case. I'm sure, you might make the mistake of putting them together and suddenly you've got a rowdy fight on your hands, but it hasn't happened yet. Not to us, on camera or off camera. Little Toto is leading the charge. He's no good at loose leash walking. He's all about the hauling. I think it would be quite funny to have 10 of him pulling a sled, because they'd all be very good at that. Imagine that, 10 little Totos. Hey. Little Toto. I wanted to put on Toto's little black jacket with red accents, which I don't think anyone's seen in the YouTube channel yet. And, to be honest, he hardly wears it. But, Toto and I were putting that jacket on before, and the zipper malfunctioned. Started not, it sort of zipped up but came undone towards one end of it, and it's a poor design anyway to put a little zipper jacket on Toto because of his very long fur. So you have to sort of fight his fur out of the way so that it doesn't get caught up in the zipper. But it does match our aesthetic, our style. Me with the red shoelaces, the red watch strap, the red accent in the gloves. Quigley with his hopefully becoming famous YouTube red collar, which wasn't a thing until recently. Sometime during the past. Sometime in the 200 and somethings videos, we found the red collar, which we can't use for anything else except for harness walking, because it's too loose to attach a leash to for collar walking. Come on, my goodie. No, it's not. I was sort of heading that direction, but that's not where it's going. Big fat international planes don't go such a short distance. I'm just responding to somebody over there yelling out that plane's going to Upper Hutt. And I looked at it and I thought, no, it's not. No way is that going to Upper Hutt. There's not even an airport up there. Well, I mean, there probably is, but not a big fat airport for jetliners. Come on, let's go to the waterline. Looks like a pretty cruisy place to walk at the moment. Not too many other people on the waterline in the direction we're going. Hey, how about you walk, Quigley? Whoa, Toto's scurrying around like a mad act. Quigley! Toto! This way! This way! This way! This way. There's a small person stalking my dog. Don't worry, I've looked over my shoulder and checked that small person is being supervised by larger persons. Tooty toot from the long chill truck. Toto runs circles around me. He goes off to the left, goes off around behind me, and then runs up the right of me. And I'm constantly exchanging the leash from hand to hand to keep him on side. Back up the beach. I sort of swerve around gatherings of people. I'm not in the habit of bowling up to people, especially with the camera rolling, just respecting people's space. I think that goes along with the do not disturb slogan, the ethos, avoiding others. That's generally my MO. But then every now and again people swerve our way. As you can see on our YouTube channel, we've got a playlist called Encounters. Not all of our encounters make it in there, but you know, from time to time, I'm pretty, I remember to jump into the recording into an editor and cut some little short episodes featuring the moments during these long dog walk recordings where we've had a lovely encounter with friendly people and friendly dogs. We've got another playlist called Walkies with Friends, which is for when friends of ours come walking with us. Sometimes they bring dogs, sometimes they don't. I decided not to make bringing a dog mandatory for friends when they want to come and walk with us, but you know, it's kind of ideal. Bring your dog too. But you know, when people don't have a dog, the other cool thing is that I can share with them the experience of dog walking and let them walk my dog. Oh man, that just came apart again. Maybe it's broken. Let's examine this. I'm going to pull it hard, see what happens. No. So I guess maybe I'm not clasping it all the way closed properly, maybe, when I'm putting it on around my waist. You almost got Pito on there, Toto. Come on. They were both quite enthralled with that log of wood on this beach here. Sorry about the biological noises I'm making. Jeez. Might drink some water actually, that'll help. I always announce it first. Regular viewers will know. I drink water out of the sucky thing. Makes funny noises. So I always like to warn you folks first that that's what you're about to hear. The sucky thing, it's a hose with a nozzle on the end. Mostly because I wear the drinking water in a bladder in a backpack on my back. Obviously, that's what backpacks do. Didn't need to say that. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Good. Right. Well, I think it's time to turn around and go back. Since I really intend this to be yet another 30-minute episode. Rather than the rather than aiming for the usual hour limit that I've put on ourselves for making recordings. I guess I feel like now that we're at the halfway point, it's probably time to reiterate the quality assurance guidelines like I do every episode. If you watch more than one episode, you'll know that that's the case. I'm sure regular viewers won't mind, and because I feel like most viewers, it's their first time watching, while we're a relatively new channel, at least. Getting ourselves out there, getting seen by people all around the world. Welcome viewers. The quality assurance guidelines are quite simple rules, which I came up right from episode 1. I actually watched back episode 1 not long ago, and I wasn't actually sure that I had started talking about these rules from the first episode. I thought I must have come up with them sometime towards the beginning of our recording history, but I didn't realise that I'd come up with it right from the day one. Anyway, the first rule of our recordings is represented by the slogan, "Never mind the 6 o'clock news." So I've got a determination to make these recordings kind of timeless. Like, it doesn't matter what day it is or what's happening on the news, and I don't come on to these recordings to blather on about current events or how I feel about this and which politician pissed me off today and all of that kind of thing. And it's all about the fact that for me, getting out on these dog walks is about getting the fresh air, experiencing nature, enriching my dog's life, enriching my own life, and getting away from it all. And doing my best not to think about all of that crap. Hey, so, because we record it and we share it with you, it's also for your benefit. You can rest assured that when you come and listen to me blather and skite during all these dog walks, the rule is I'm not allowed to talk about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news. And when we are doing those walkies with friends episodes and I have guests on the recording, they're always told about or informed about these rules and are asked to comply also. It leads to some quite fun moments when people start talking about things that might be on the 6 o'clock news and I have to tell them, we can't talk about that, sorry. I want to talk about you, your news, your local, the things you care about in your life. You know what I mean? Like, without diving into too much personal information, you know. Anyway, the second rule, pun intended. I think it's a pun. Is that a pun? The second rule, the number 2 rule. That's definitely a pun. Because the rule is represented by the slogan, "Show us the poop." And it's a fun reverse psychology slogan that I imagine all you folks out there who are watching can protest all you like that you don't get to see the poop, but that's just the way it is. You cannot go an episode without thinking about poop, because I obviously talk about it every episode just to remind you that you don't get to see the poop. But that's all the poop that you're going to get from me. None of the poop that's on the news and none of the poop that comes out of my dogs. We don't video that. There have been the odd time where I've managed to accidentally capture it on camera, and I always make an effort to make sure that those moments get edited out. If you happen to find one, let me know. I think I've been pretty onto it with making sure I edit out the Quigley pooping, or any other animal for that matter. You know, all the dogs All the animals deserve their privacy. Make private time to do their private business off camera, because it's embarrassing and it's personal, and you guys don't need to see that. But the good thing is you get to see pretty much mostly unedited raw recordings of dog walking with Quigley and I in amazing and wonderful places. Or sometimes just ordinary, boring places close to home, like today. Yep. Plenty of the episodes are recorded along the route that I regularly service on a freight truck mission once a week. Quigley gets to come for a ride with me. Isn't that cool? Comes for a ride. I figure out where to squeeze a dog walk into my day. And we go to some cool places. But the reason I bring it up is because this week that's not happening. I get to have a break from the cross-country run, which I much appreciate. So does my truck, actually. So, at first my truck needs to go to the mechanics. So then my boss says, okay, you're going to have to use somebody else's truck. And then because of that, I felt motivated to say to the driver of that other truck, I felt motivated to ask him if he would prefer to drive his truck on the Naki run. And at first he said no. And then he changed his mind. Checked in with some other people who depend on him in life. And got the green light. And decided, I feel like doing the cross-country run. And so I get to have a break. And my workmate gets to go on a road trip across country. I get to stay local and do local stuff. The cross-country run that I do is pretty much the only cross-country run that my branch of our company does. There is the regular line haul, which goes across country, of course. Wellington and Auckland freight, they swap trailers in the middle of the island. So our driver goes up and their driver comes down, they meet in the middle of the island, swap freight, and then return to base, which works out really well for them. So that kind of counts. And then the truckload that I do is to Taranaki and back, a place called Taranaki. And I go there, stay the night, one night, come back. Now we do have freight that goes to the other side of the island, opposite of New Plymouth is the Hawke's Bay. And instead of one of our drivers going to the Hawke's Bay sends a driver to us. So here in Wellington, we just secure and store up freight loads for them to come and collect whenever it is that they get dispatched down here to collect it. No, whoa! It's just a puppy. Oh, no fighting! No fighting! Oh, whoa, whoa! He turns 4 soon. Oh. Okay. Kapai. Doesn't look like they want to love and cuddle each other, so we'll move on. Oh, sorry about all that noise, folks. This way. But I suppose if you're watching a dog walk channel, you should expect maybe every now and again the dogs will start barking. The noisy neighbours. Oh! So, we're nearing the end. Like I said, we'll make this one a 30-minute recording. Come on, you guys. Yeah, so because our whare is parked over here, whare, that's the name for home, we'll head this way and across this green field and get ourselves home to Te Pahi. Te whare. Te Pahi means the bus, because that's it there in the distance. You can see it if you didn't know. We live in a bus. Decided not to make a bus life channel, but you do get to see a little bit of our bus life in the background of our dog walking YouTube channel. Yeah. We'll go home and we'll put the heater on, make a cup of tea. Had a few cold nights lately. I wonder what the temperature's going to be tonight. Overnight looks like it's going to be 7 degrees. Home sweet home. Kapai. Hey, tato. Oh, it's still nice and warm in here just from solar energy warming it up. I mean, you know what I mean. The sun. The warmth of the sun. Getting trapped in here. Hey. I don't know where Tato disappeared to. Maybe that's his way of saying goodbye. See ya! I'm going to disappear off down the back. Sorry, our house is so messy. Can't play it. Oh, that was a nice little stroll on the beach. I hope you enjoyed that. We've obviously had enough for today. But if you would like to see more, there is hours and hours of dog walking content on our YouTube channel. So hop on in there and watch some more. If you're still in the mood, we'll see you on the next one.